What up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of KM Video True Stories. Welcome to another episode KM Videos True Stories.
I get my roll on, you know what I'm saying? Rolling down the street in my city car. Oh, I hit front, back, side to side.
For my love, my dog, the pimp, the Harlem.
Check it out.
Khakis dope, sweatshirt and low soul.
That was it. I never stopped banging. I started banging hard, then I got so hard till it was a shame.
Welcome to another episode of KM Videos True Stories. Today's story takes place in 1983 on the east side on Wadsworth between 33rd Street and Jefferson Boulevard. After spending a few years on the east side, my brother moved back to the west side. Then he went to YA. I went to the east side to where my brother was staying. My father's house for us and his girlfriends probably had a recidivism rate as high as California Department of Corrections. We was always in and out. This is my first stint in staying on the east side. It's a lot different from the west side. Where we lived at, there was a church across the street. Man, there used to be so much graffiti on that church. I used to be like, boy, they disrespecting the Lord's house over here. You didn't really see that graffiti over where I lived at, on my part of town where moms lived. So there was always this feeling that it will go down any given time over here on the east side. Just a lot going on. It seemed like it's more activity. More people can stay out late at night. More people get into more trouble than the dudes I grew up with. More dudes is with the business than square dudes, right? So there was always something going on. In any event, I'm in the front yard. Like, I could have started a gang called FYC, Front Yard Crips, because I basically stayed in the front yard. It's a weekend day. It's nice outside, clear day, clear blue skies. Now, where my aunt and my father lived, they had a little gate surrounding the property. I was always inside that gate. I'm throwing the ball at the walls. I'm throwing bionic bounce balls, baseballs, tennis balls, throwing balls in the air, hitting them, throwing balls in the air, catching them with my glove. So I'm out there on some, I want to be a professional baseball player tip. I'm out there looking raggedy too. I got on some tan khakis, a raggedy t-shirt, some raggedy Chuck Taylors, dirty white strings in them. I ain't even blued up. And got on my LA Dodger cap though. My father and his friend Fred, they in front of the house a little bit to the right of the front in the street. They working on somebody's car. I think they working on my father's Cutlass or something. And I see some dude coming off 33rd where the homie Mookie stayed. And he's coming down Wadsworth toward me. I'm a little like uplifted because I'm getting ready to meet this dude and probably have another friend on the east side because I'm fresh over there. And dude comes walking down the street. And he walks up to the gate with his hand in his waistband. I'm just trying to catch fly balls and hit the baseball, man. I'm not even thinking about no gangbang warfare. And he say, where's Bam at? I say, not here. He say, where he at? I say, shit, I don't know. You know, back then, black people, when they say somebody's not here, they don't know where he at, usually mean they're in prison. I don't know why us black folks do that, but he ain't here. He wasn't living there no more anyway. And dude say, yeah, tell him such and such from 30 Piru looking for him. I'm like, all right, cuz. He like, what you say? I said, all right. Dude had on some K-Swiss with some red shoestrings, had like some type of jeans, some blue jeans on. He turns to walk away, He walks about 4 steps where he's no longer in front of our property, and he starts busting with a 25 or a 38. Boom, 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 boom. I go running into the house, open up the screen, dive into the house. A bullet hit the house, a bullet hit the little wooden stick on the front porch. And my father and his friend, remember, they outside the gate. Man, they came running through the gate. Dude ain't even aiming at them, but they don't see what's going on. The hood is up on the car. And they come running and they dive into the house. My father dives on top of me. And his friend Fred dives into the front. And my father said, damn, somebody was shooting. Fred said, hell yeah. Young sucker was getting off. And I'm saying to myself, he's shooting at me. What y'all tripping off of? But at least Pops try to cover me, right? But you niggas running into the line of fire, not away from the line of fire. But my heart was pounding so fast, you think I've been outside working out all day. And dude was young. Dude was not only, at least he looked young and he was small. You know, the 30 Pirus is a 1980s gang, so they couldn't have been too much older than me. At that time, from my recollection, they was just coming on the scene. I used to see them hit up all on the wall and on the church, on the back fences in the alleys. Slim, Cricket, a few other names that stood out at the time. I would always see them on the wall, but they were like mythical to me because I never seen these dudes. I used to see Bloods, but I didn't know who Cricket, Slim, and all them dudes was. Like, these dudes in my mind, they older than me. I was seeing dudes like my age, a little bit younger than me, when I would go to the bus stop to go to school in the morning. Man, I'm over there just as innocent as can be. I ain't banging on nobody. I ain't hitting up on no walls. I ain't crossing nobody out. I ain't blew down. I ain't cripped down or none of that. I'm over there for disciplinary actions. So I'm on my best behavior. The only 30s I really knew at the time was the Harlem Crips, other than seeing the Pirus hit up on the wall and them banging on me, going back and forth to school. Pops was cool because he worked at Nick's Body Shop and he knew a lot of gang members and a lot of hustlers. And so he knew all about the Crips and the Bloods. He didn't understand why his sons wanted to be Crips, but he understood Crips and Piru, Crips and Bloods didn't get along. I remember being over there and my cousins would braid my hair. And they would put these blue rubber bands at the bottom of my braids. And my father one day come home, he called me a little girl. Man, I'm offended. I'm a little girl? Like, for real? He like, only girl wear braids. He like, don't get your ear pierced, only girls wear earrings. So that's why I never pierced my ear to this day. But I was always offended by his remarks of me being a girl. So I would like to tease him. So I used to flaunt my blue on Pops just to see his reaction, shake him up, scare him, you know, prove to him that I ain't no girl, I ain't no punk. But this particular time while I'm staying with him, I'm on my best behavior. Mook ain't staying on the east side no more. I'm only hanging out with a few Crips over there. I'm hanging out with Tattoo, Johnny, his little brother, Lil Frank, Danny, Chris, Kelly, a few dudes over there that's claiming Crip. Some eventually became Pirus or outlaws. They caved into the pressure of the Damus on the east side once all the Crips left the area. I'm going to see Sino from Fire Tray, Eric, Warren, a few dudes over there on Paloma between Jefferson and King Boulevard. Them really my brother friends. Them ain't my friends, but now that I'm over there, I want to get out the house. I want to stay out the house. So I'm basically going from the front yard to a couple of them dudes' houses, and I'm coming back home. I'm going up and down the alley reading the graffiti, getting hip to the different gangs over there. A lot of Chicano gangs over there. MCS, 33rd Street, Clankton 14, 38th Street, Cuarenta, 40th Street, Barrio Mojados, BMS, and gangs like that. Primero Flats was over there, 36th Street. It was Chicano gangs over there, and I was kind of schooling myself on the east side, Chicano Gangs, as well as the Crip and Blood gangs over there. There was a lot of Crips condemned, packaged in that little small area, but they didn't really control the turf. It was just individuals here and there. Overall, that was Piru turf. Make no mistake about it. Them and the 30 Outlaws or 20 Outlaws, they for sure had the biggest presence, the largest dominance over there. You had some Southside Faux Trays, some Kitchen Crips, Faux Deuces, Faux Trays. You had the Avalons. You had a few Crips scattered around, but that wasn't really Crips turf. I had no idea how many dudes was over there looking for my brother. I'm like, how did he survive all this time over there? And now I'm wondering, like, did that play a part on him coming back to the West Side? My cousins, my auntie, my father, they never mentioned nothing about nobody looking for my brother. But I did hear stories from dudes over there talking about how my brother used to go to school with this black golf hat and blue bandana tied around it. Had blue handkerchief sewed in his pocket so he couldn't tuck it, he couldn't hide it. Like it was no mistaking, he was crippin'. I'm at Webster Junior High, and now I'm going to Palisades High School when I get put out the house. So I gotta go stay on the east side for the summer of '83. I wasn't really tripping off the violence, like I didn't really feel in no danger other than going to and from school to the bus stop. But I used to be mad at moms, like, why moms do me like this? Why moms put me over here? Why moms reject me? And then I got to thinking, my brother probably felt this way too, but moms just knew she was a woman and she was having problems raising young men. So it was only right to send us with our father and let our father raise us. Two totally different worlds though. Like at Pop's house, I'm sitting at the dinner table, I get breakfast, I get lunch, I get dinner. We got a big pitcher of Kool-Aid. You gotta be cleanly, you gotta clean up after yourself, make the bed. Everything has to be in order over there. Like at Mom's, I could do everything freely. Don't never have to make up my bed unless I clean my room up. You know what I'm saying? Come home whenever I wanted. Wasn't gonna be no dinner at no dinner table. I could eat on the floor, the coffee table, in my room. I could eat wherever I wanted, because Mom's, for the most part, she wasn't really home because she was always working. And then when she was at home, I didn't like to eat her cooking because I was spoiled. I grew up on Mickey D. I was a Mickey D's type of guy. I might have to eat some beans and rice every now and then, potatoes, eggs, government cheese, white bread, you know, stuff like that. But over there on the east side, man, Pops was gonna make sure we ate some Bill's taco, some Louisiana fried chicken, some tamales. We ate good over there, a lot of Mexican food, but we ate good over there, man. It was totally different world, man. I'm not hanging in the street all night, you know what I'm saying? Not getting up in the morning, going to play sports. Shit was crazy, but it was fair. In order to bring this story full circle, I apologize. I'm gonna have to bring you guys a part 2. But I want to thank you guys for watching. Be sure to hit the like button. Don't be afraid to leave a comment. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I'm out of here. Salute.